Well, welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM, episode number 54. Okay, I've done a change to TSM, which I'm going to explain because it's something I was kind of noticing in the last episode. So I'll explain to you people what it is and why it is. So if you recall, up here we had a copper train trying to load with all these filters set, and they were set to stone because there was also a stone train. And now these requesters are set to trains on the way less than their value, and their value can only ever equal 1. So trains on their way should only ever equal 1, which means the resource should only ever be 1. However, in the old way of doing things with TSM, basically when requesters were processing like the new requests, newly set requests, what happens, or what used to happen, was that they'd do it all sort of together. All the ones that were allowed to would do it all together. So you could get 2 happening at once. And if you understand how circuits work, it takes 1 tick for a signal to go from, say, this combinator to this one, and then 1 tick from here to here, 1 tick from here to here, 1 tick from here to here, and so on. So each of these entities, the circuit takes a tick to propagate. So if one of these conditions changes the train counter, it won't actually change it until subsequent tick, which these are the ticks, right? 60 ticks per second. So if 2 of these flick up at the same time, basically, even though one of these will actually be processed first in terms of TSM, the train counter wouldn't actually get updated until the next tick. So having 2 trains sent when you only want 1 is a possibility. And now that's not really a possibility. There's a new setting. Settings, mod settings. In TSM map, you now have this ticks per cycle set to 20. So a cycle is how often you can have a train sent. This means 3 per second when it's set to 20, because 60 ticks in a second. So that's 3 per second. You can lower it down to about 5, but that will impact your UPS, and really, I seriously doubt you need it at that level. If you're running a very large number of trains, they'd have to not be going very far for you to need that kind of number of updates within a second. We're talking about within a second, not within a minute. So that is it for the in terms of the game, I have changed how the mineral sludge works. It's now a requester station, because I was finding trains were lining up here and blocking other trains, like the hydrogen train, when this wasn't ready, and we had a train sitting here trying to load. So, I mean, I guess the upshot is, with these minimalized or minimalist builds that we have, we are at times putting pressure on. These are fairly minimalistic. Certainly when it was trying to build up to capacity, these were fairly minimalistic builds, and this whole thing can only just support it, really. So I'm getting a bit concerned as to how many of these I'm likely to need. I guess by the time we get into modules, that might change things, but at the moment it seems like an awful lot. I still need to process geodes. I haven't sorted that out. But we have done some tech. We've done our first blue science while I was doing these various things. And I think we did a blue science. Yeah, here we go. Here's some blue sciences. We've done like manganese smelting. Advanced steel smelting, there you go. So advanced steel smelting gives you these recipes where you can create molten steel by adding steel ingots and silicon ingots. So you can double up your steel by using silicon or by using manganese. Two very useful things potentially, because we need 24 iron ingots to create 6 steel. But now we could use manganese or silicon to double the steel effectively. So the iron and silicon, say, are the equivalent cost, or the manganese are equivalent cost. So if 24 gives you 6, let's say 48 plus 12, so 60 would give you 24. That's like 2.5 times versus 4 times ratio. It's a much better ratio for steel, especially if you look at manganese. So there's an ore. Crushed ferrous ore gives you the ability to create this, and crushed ferrous ore is simply a dual processing of these 3 items in their crushed form. They get so you crush these first, for example, through an ore crusher, and then you combine them all and crush them all together. You get the crushed ferrous ore. And then you can use the crushed ferrous ore to make the manganese ore. I'm not sure what this lot's all about. Ferrous ore powder. Ferrous ore powder. If you wanted to, you could use the ferrous ore powder to increase your iron, keep the same amount of manganese, and create nickel. I don't know why you'd want to create extra nickel. So that doesn't seem like such a good idea to me. But this one, the crushed ferrous ore that creates manganese ore, that seems like a pretty good idea. Ore crusher, crushed ferrous ore, a sorting machine. I think that ends up being one more step. So what I'm thinking of doing with that when we get to it is coming up here, and if we were to turn, say, 1, 2, 3 columns into each of those products, we could then have our output being the crushed ferrous ore. We still need this one. But yes, crushed ferrous ore, and get manganese coming out and being another product that we can use to improve our steel and save a bit of the iron. That's kind of future think. Now, where were we? We have just made we've just made these, but we don't seem to have any. What's the problem? Burner ore crusher. You need stone furnaces. Have stone furnaces. Ah, right. This guy needs to drop a little bit further away. Stone furnace, you can go in there. So that's where we got up to last time. So we have ore crushers. We'll have an ore crusher Mark IIs even. There you go, ore crusher Mark II. So I believe that gets us up to ore sorting facility. and then flotation cells, unless I made flotation cells. Actually, I can check just by hitting L now. We've already got the flotation cells, so we just need the ore sorters. And I'll also make train signals because we need them rather a lot. But let's have a look at the recipe for the ore sorters. That seems relatively simple and basic. Steel plates, gear wheel. This seems similar to something. No, I don't know. Circuit, basic circuit board. This is the same. Where did we use that first? We used it up here first. We don't need pipes, we need iron gear wheel, so that changes that slightly. This one, steel gear wheel. It's basically the same as the washing machines. Except there's a third level as well, which we might not do. So yes, this is the same input that we need. I might just make a copy of this bit. Probably. Okay. In fact, I could copy all of that. And we just have to change recipes. We probably don't need that guy. Create blueprint. And go about there, I think. Do that again. Let's turn on our bots. I don't actually know if there are construction bots in this zone. I know there are construction bots. I haven't extended up to the belts yet. That's a bit of an issue. Oh, that's right. I can't turn on because I put the vision in there. Personal robo. Needs to charge up before it's going to do anything useful. These are assembly machine ones. I guess we can probably make some. We had some iron, we could probably make some. One, two, three. I really need to extend this up as far as the belt. That would certainly help. Maybe I should have assembly machines made as well. We've got plenty of belt. Maybe not that much plenty. Let's change you to iron gear wheel. Change you to ore sorting. Steel gear wheel. Ore sorting 2. Oh, we need two of these. change the condition as well so that it's an ore sorting machine 1 there. This is ore sorting machine 2. Goes up to 4. We need to bring the iron down. Oops. Copper's not actually required. The steel is. Oops, I'm out of belt. Out of cheap belt. Basic belt. Let's go and get some more. We might want. Oh, we definitely need these undergrounds. Yes, we need those as well. That should be fine. The other thing I've done is I've actually upgraded the game version to 1826, which does fix that annoying issue that there was with when you put down landfill making a blob next to you. So that's good too. You need to go down there. Yeah, you need to go to there. And that's probably most of what it is that we actually need to do. Over here, make it a bit easier for the poor little bots. Like they've done all they think they need to do, so was that green circuit, was it? I think it uses an awful lot of bricks, this thing. 60, yes, uses a lot of bricks. That's a rather insane number of bricks. You use a similar number of clay bricks, you do. Clay bricks. Waiting on or sorting for. There is one there. Greater than 10. Oh, washing. I don't know that I actually do want to preserve those. I might make that one less than 10. Greater than 2. How's power doing? Ooh. Getting a little bit on the close side. Let's have a quick look at if most of these machines are using the solid fuel. Oh, we've gone too far there. If all these machines are just using solid fuel, there's plenty, and it looks like there's plenty here. We probably are ripping through the hydrogen quite quickly, but that's fine. It's forever having to vent anyway. Now, did I do all this while you guys were here? I'm not 100% sure, but basically we are moving purified water and bringing back mineralized water. I changed it to add a 30-second count just to make sure it would come back. That's not much mineralized water coming back. Oh, and I also added this sulfur line, but yeah, we seem to have gotten to a point where the sulfur's not going away. That box is full. Ugh. Need a sink for sulfur. Tell you, the balancing act in this Angels is kind of tricky. So I know this area is a sulfur consumer. What on earth has happened here? Where are we? I think I need to go and have a look at this. There seems to be something strangely wrong over there. I think that may be the problem that we have. There's a couple of things I keep leaving till next time that we never quite get to the next time. Yes, this is our sulfur consumer, so if this isn't working... Aha, there's our issue. Okay. We need to be making landfill probably out of that sulfur. Out of the mud. That's landfill from crushed stone. Dirt, 25 mud. Get whatever color you want. Let's do that one. And I should probably grab the sulfur out of there as well. Have they added this dust that comes up when you run? Never noticed it to quite the same level before. I might change. What's this one up to? 5. I might change this to 6,000. So I want to make some impact. I was making impact up here before. I want this to be able to move. So that's the only way this can move. Okay, we have enough tin. I need to basically do this process down there as well, and then we can get rid of, I guess, pretty much all of this stuff. Need to find a use for this product, this byproduct, which is almost full again. Getting a new sulfur processing recipe. What does it actually give us? Porous lime filter. Acid gas. Sulfur air scrubbing. We need to also obviously fill out some more text. I think I'd like to get some inserter capacity, but probably more the stack inserter capacity. That's reasonably expensive by itself. I guess it doesn't hurt to have non-stack inserter capacity. Inserter capacity +1. That one doesn't matter so much then. Titanium processing. Worker robot speed. Red algae processing. Geode crystallization. Exactly does that do? Gives us catalysts. Let's do that. Catalysts are a way of making crystal seedling. Or what? Maybe I just need to do it and find out what the recipe is. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Are there anything more here that we want? Advanced oil processing. I think that is something that we're going to want. What's this? Advanced gas processing. Charcoal and methane gas. Gives you solid fuel. Well, let's do that one. Advanced glass. I don't know if I want to waste alumina in here. I'm having enough trouble getting it as it is, but glass mixture 4, on the other hand, sodium carbonate. I don't know about sodium sulfate. Molten glass, molten tin and nitrogen. Fiberglass board, we are going to need that soon. I think there was something else that I saw that I wanted to get as well. Maybe that's not a bad idea, but I think there was like gems or something. Gems. Fairly sure I need soon. I want to be able to get to these texts as well. I can't find it. Put gem in here. Gem. Gem processing. Green gem processing. Already done that. Oh, that's only red and green. Oh, let's do that as well. Oh, our mineralized water from this supply has completely drained. A little bit awkward. Got no sulfuric water. May have moved too much of it away. Those are only Mark 1s. Maybe I should make those into Mark 2s. Also 6.9 thousand silicon in there, so we can certainly do something in terms of this recipe very soon. In fact, we should probably do that right now, but just a moment. Right, to continue. What are we looking at? Oh, I know. We have that silicon recipe now. We have all of this silicon. I think we absolutely owe it to ourselves to set the steel to use that recipe. Look how much is being greedily gobbled from here. We've got the 6.9k. I don't know why we're not getting any more though. Well, there's plenty of silicon there. Let's do that. Let's set the steel recipe to use the silicon. Wow, what's happening to our iron? And changing the steel recipe is part of, I mean, that should just let us preserve some iron. I think I want casting machine 2s here. I know I'm not building anywhere. That would be steel and more steel. Alright. Well, let's get the steel swapped over to the other steel. Molten iron. Molten steel to that recipe. And then we can pray that our poles don't reach where we need them to. I guess I need the next level pole. Is that a gap there? Yes, that is. Okay, you can go there. It doesn't actually work though. I need this to... First of all, you're going to put it there, and you're going to pick it up from there. Should go there through to there. Now, steel is getting silicon, making a vast quantity of steel. We will borrow a bit of that steel so that we can make our Mark IIs. What's that? That's a production furnace. I will make one after picking up one of these as well. What are you? You're a Mark 1 as well. Mark 2. Because that way half the ingredients are already made. There's a shorter build list here for us. And yeah, we may as well do that one as well. Oops. All right. Don't appear to be using a lot of steel right now, but we're building this stuff up nicely. Okay, that was steel. Now, what else was I going to look at? Aluminium. Nothing. I think it's just... all just takes a while. Do we have better aluminium recipes? And are any of these aluminium? Seem no is the answer. Alternate solder recipe. Copper silver tin. I don't know if that's something we want to do. Did we discover that you were completely full? Oh, but you're so close. You just about may as well be. Brass chest. That gives us a bit more space. Over here, we probably have the same issue. Yeah. Alright, all of these seem to be running. About as good as we can hope for right now. So let's move on to the next order of businesses, which I would suggest is probably turning this one into a copy of this, except for the rubite ore. We'll then be able to replace pretty much all of this. The only one we haven't got is the what's this one? The yellow one? Cretinium or something? Chunks. Givelite. The Givelite chunks. So we may have to do something different for... Well, it's getting... Oh, I see. It's getting... so that it can't move because of the iron ore here. That's actually interesting. We need to prioritize this iron ore. Let us do another wire condition. Oh, you first of all, it's not enable disable, it's read and hold. And your thing is iron ore is less than 2, say. Or other, or just take it all from here. Because we have to get rid of this one. That's better. How many do you need? 24. Good grief. I was going to look up aluminium to see if there's a processed aluminium. Aluminium to processed aluminium. Okay, how much did it cost to get to 3? 4 aluminium ore becomes 2 processed. Oh, I think we definitely want to do that. Moment, what is we're using 12 ore to make 12 aluminium hydroxide, when we can change that to 6 ore, I think. Oh, 8. Is it 8? Yeah, 8. 8's definitely better than 12, though. So we just need an ore processing machine, which is why we need to bring online this stuff. Okay. Message heard. Let's basically, no, copy doesn't work. Copy. Okay, do I need all of these? No. I don't need any of them. What we'll do is copy all of that, including tiles. We don't need train fuel. Why would train fuel be marked on? Create blueprint. Set it in concrete. Okay. We need to... What I think I'll do, this time round, I think I finally learnt. So I will come back to this one. I'll turn off tiles now. I'll paint all of this, I think, by hand. I may as well. It won't take that long. We can kill this guy while we're at it. Hopefully I can carry enough stuff to do this. It's probably the last time I went out. Alright, just get rid of a few of these things. 14k, that's pretty good. I might leave my train behind because it's only one city block. How's that going? 6. Oh. There's a build up, not a build down. Okay. Where's our guy? There he is. Bots, go to sleep. What is he? Small worm. Alright, I'm just going to use our basic turret on him. Because we might as well, right? A lot of fishies are meeting their end while we do this. We have a bit left, that's good. Matter if we overdo it a bit. As long as we don't run out. Alright, I might let my bots be silly now. There's not too much scope for them to be too stupid. And this one. except they're putting stuff in completely the wrong place. I just want this one in the center, thanks guys. Anything else is not warranted. There we go. Oh, we need this actually. I might have to put those back. Right, that's better. Now, in actual fact, what I should do is just get the tally of what we need here, dump a roboport in the middle, which I might even have a roboport. Can't quite reach. Need roboports too. Can I get recharges? I can get a recharger. Let's do that. You guys can stop, because you're not really doing what you're supposed to be. We need a supply chest. Well, rather a storage chest is a bit more useful, in fact. Do I have any yellow belt on me? I do have a bit, actually. I don't think we need electrolyzers here. What about filtration units? What are these? Crystallizers. Not especially useful. Do I have any spare bots? I've got 50 bots. So if we were to get half a dozen of the crystallizers, a couple of storage facilities, bunch of pipe and belt, and a bit of track, we'd basically be there, wouldn't we? You need fast stack filter inserters, don't you? Yes. And a little bit of landfill trouble. Gave them all my rail, that's fine. If this is the valid path, then it's not. Whoops, just gotten rid of something that we need. Probably. That one will not be a valid path. I might need this. That's certainly a lot less painful. I want to eliminate this having to gather stuff up business though. Not exactly high on my list of desired activity. What's that? Crystallizer. Sorting machine. Ore crushers. What are you? Flotation cells. We have already used the flotation cells, so we don't need those. What I could do is try my logistics on. We are looking for yellow inserters. I don't want a number. Tick. Inserters not part of... Oh, they don't have the right sort of boxes. Okay. And I'm missing green circuits. Here we go. Inserters now in the network. We need some stack filter inserters as well. I think we need about 30. These bots are very slow. Nice. Need a bit of rail. Rail should also be in the network. And we're going to need to use extenders or something to get up here. What are you missing? Glass. Glass is actually the hold-up. See why that is. Do I need more of those? Don't know. Holes. must be further down. Yeah. I need another 4 of these boxes. All right. I actually should have gotten more bots while I was up there, but never mind. Oh, I forgot pipes as well. Crystallizers, cells, ore crushers. Ore crushers aren't going to work. We're going to have to do the placement of those ourselves. What are you? Just a fast inserter. And sorting. Those are just normal green inserters, aren't they? Is some of this the other sort of transport belt? Yes, it is. Okay. That as well then. Oh, they're putting that down there. So pipe was the big one that I forgot. Pipe. And something else. Oh, I've forgotten to build the train signals. I don't think train signals are especially hard though, are they? Green circuit, iron plate. Green circuit, iron. This is going to be a pack together. Some iron plate. Hopefully these don't get in the way. Oh. What are you doing? Come back. Exactly what I wanted to do, but it will do. Need another extender to get over here. Extender. Pick up from there. Up from there. Rail signal. Here we go. So, what were we missing? We were missing pipe. And this really is still a fairly woeful amount of iron. Good, that does work. I don't know how much pipe we're missing. Not that much. Try that. We're over time. Started going longer and longer every time I run one of these episodes. It's just for a while there it seemed to be taking a while to get anything done. We seem to be a little bit past that now. Things seem to be a little bit easier. But I am a bit concerned about the amount of material one of these can make. It doesn't seem to be quite as much as I would like. Oh, let's fix these recipes before we get too carried away. You need to be rubite ore. Do I don't have fast inserters. That's annoying. Inserters fast, yeah. In the meantime, let's just use a fast stack inserter there. Okay, you are not crushing bobmonium. You guys are creating rubite. Can't mix fluids. Oh. Purified water. Purified water. Stone pipe. And the process down here will have to be different as well, of course. But that will have to be something we do another day. Thanks very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.